So what if yoga could help you release some of that tightness that you're experiencing within your abdominal area? Hey beautiful, and welcome back to the yoga series where I show you how yoga can support you when you have endometriosis. Today I want to talk about something called adhesions. So when you have endometriosis, one of the things that causes a lot of pain for women isn't necessarily the endometriosis lesions or the dispersed cells, but more likely it is the adhesions. So adhesions are kind of like rubber bands, and they form within the abdominal area. Some of them form because of those lesions, but others of them form from surgeries. So if you've had surgery, your body will naturally want to heal those areas where it's been cut. And so it forms these adhesions like scars on the outside of your body, but inside of the body. And it's these adhesions that then can cause organs to stick together. And when your organs can't move freely, those adhesions are holding things in place. That's when you experience pain. So a lot of women experience pain when they try and do any kind of vigorous exercise. So let's say they want to go and start running, or they start doing, bouncing motions of some description, because you're forcing the organs that are stuck together to try and move, and that pulls on those adhesions. And that's incredibly painful. So those organs are supposed to just glide over each other. So, there is a mucus that sits on top of those organs, and they kind of glide over each other and can move freely within the abdominal area. And when those organs are restricted, this is when you experience pain with digestion, when you go to the toilet, pain with sex, or struggles when you're trying to get pregnant. So when you're trying to get pregnant and your ovary is maybe stuck to the fallopian tube, or it's stuck to, your bowel or something, obviously that's going to make it much harder for you to get pregnant. Now, what yoga can do is it can loosen some of those adhesions or that restrictive movement, but it does it really gradually and really softly. And the way it does this is with certain movements and motions that we don't typically have in our day. So typically, most of us will spend a lot of our time in this kind of motion. So we walk and we sit, but we don't generally do a lot of motions where we're bending the body side to side, or we're taking our leg and moving it around the back. We're not freeing that abdominal space very well within a normal daily routine. Now, yoga can provide you with that flexing and that motion to loosen up some of that stuff, that tightness that's happening in that abdominal area. And so this is why yoga can be so beneficial when you have endometriosis. What I particularly like is that it is very, very soft and very gentle. So you're not going to experience this incredible huge stretching like if you went for a run or did any kind of bouncy type of motion. It's going to be very, very subtle, but the key here is to do yoga daily so that that stretching becomes looser and looser and looser over time. Now, when I first started practicing yoga, I didn't realize just how powerful this was until I stopped doing yoga and things started to get all tight and restricted again. And this doesn't just apply to endometriosis. If you think about the bowel, it's a moving, living thing that needs space to kind of move around so that everything that's in there can move more freely. So all that peristalsis that goes on in the bowel needs to be able to happen more freely. And when you practice yoga, you can also get oxygen into those spaces that it wouldn't normally find. So when you free and you loosen up those spaces, you can get blood flow into the area, you can get oxygen into the area, and that will make all those organs work better. So your ovaries will function better, which means better chances of getting pregnant. It'll help your digestive system work better, which means better getting rid of waste that you don't want. It'll help reduce that inflammation, as we discussed in a previous video, but naturally also free up the space and provide the right nutrients to the space. So if this isn't ticket enough for you to join us in our 30-day yoga challenge, make sure you click on the link and join us. It's completely free and it'll guide you on how you can use yoga to support yourself with endometriosis. What I'll be sharing is how we use yoga within our cycle, so specifically honoring our cycle, so we're not doing things that contradict our natural woman cycle, which we should all be honoring. So join us, it's going to be heaps of fun. Click on the link, pop your name and email address, and I'll send you all the details. See you then.